So everything we produce is handmade in the UK.
Handmade, one by one.
Yes.
Cinema 5D at Interby 2019 is brought to you by Laowa, unique cinema and photography lenses. Fomex, devoted to remarkable light. Tilta, arm your camera. And Panasonic, cinematic moments for your production.
Hi, I'm Johnny from Cinema 5D and I'm here with John from Rycote. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm always good, especially here in Japan. It's always nice. And we're here at Interby 2019. And actually, what caught my imagination is the fact that you're actually producing your products. And when I talk about products, it's the variety of windshields. Where do you produce all those things?
So everything we produce is handmade in the UK.
Handmade, one by one.
Yes. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't understand about the products that they see in the marketplace, especially some of the lower price products. When you look at our windshield products, some of our competitors have never even seen the microphone before that they're building it for. We actually have these microphones in our shop and we test each one of our products with the microphones to make sure it fits and works. We make our patterns off the exact microphone. And then since we do make all of these custom by hand, when we get a special request, so for instance, NHK.
NHK is the local broadcaster, yeah?
Yes.
So this is a good example. What is this?
So this is a windjammer or a cover for a long shotgun mic Sennheiser 816. And last year at the Japan Open in Yokohama, I came to visit and we walked around the entire golf course and they have hundreds of microphones around the entire golf course and they wanted these to be a little less noticeable.
Less cat style.
Exactly. They didn't want the fur and they use these quite a bit on the golf course. So as we were looking, I said, well, maybe we can make this material instead of this material to cover the microphones. So we custom made these for them. They tested them, they liked them, and they said, great, now we're going to buy more, and that's what we'll start using for those microphones on the golf course.
Okay, so when it comes to sound quality, or actually, let's say, reduce the wind, that it's the same performance type?
It's a very similar performance, and again, you have differences depending on the weather conditions. So for instance, rain, you might hear little drops of rain on this where the fur will muffle the rain. And that's one of the things that we have discussions with them about is how you're going to use it. Are you going to leave it outside for 4 days? Or are you going to take it off after every show? And then we will try to customize it or give them recommendations on how to use it and get the best sound for that particular event that they're doing.
So talking about certain events, you also have, it's kind of almost Christmas, but that probably has nothing to do with Christmas.
No, so very similar. Depending on the color of the grass, we might...
Let me just move this a little bit here.
We might make different shades of this type of cover, so the microphone kit blends in more with the terrain and the surroundings. But we also make a special color we actually call Wimbledon Green for the tennis in Wimbledon that's specific to use for the Wimbledon course.
Interesting, because as a documentary filmmaker, I'm less involved in those type of, let's say, sport productions. And it's nice to hear that even the smallest details are being taken care of. When it comes to documentary, you have nice windshields here, different ones. This is one, and I like the camera. I guess it's not really functional, but the size of this is very beautiful. And is it really functional? When you design something like this, what it's for?
Yes, so here the very interesting thing with most cameras is if you get the microphone too close to the lens, you start hearing the lens noise. The camera or the microphone starts picking up the different noises within there. So not only do you have to worry about the wind noise, but you also have to worry about the internal vibration and noise. So that's why also when you see a lot of the really stiff shock mounts that come included with cameras or some of the more inexpensive mounts, they don't really do a good job of handling vibration. The other interesting thing that we do is these mechanisms that handle the shock mount, the lyres, we make in different stiffnesses. So if the microphone is a lighter microphone, you need this to be softer so it absorbs the
The
vibration.
rubber part, you mean, has to be different? Uh-huh.
Yes. For example, this one is made for a very light microphone. So these internal mechanisms are very soft and malleable. But if you had a heavier microphone, then you would need stiffer suspension. So again, this is where we actually have custom solutions for the different microphones, because we actually have the microphones and we test our products with the microphones. It's not just made mass quantities in a factory.
John, very interesting. Thank you very much. Nice talking to you. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.